Today, you may think attraction is just personal taste, but some of what pulls you towards certain people may be far older than your preferences. Attraction is not always logic. Sometimes someone catches your attention before you even understand why. It might be their face, their voice, their confidence, their humor, or just the way they move through a room. And sometimes there is no obvious reason at all. You can meet someone who seems perfect on paper and feel almost nothing. Then you can meet someone else for 5 seconds, and suddenly your brain decides you like them. Most of us call that chemistry, but chemistry may not be as random as it feels, because beneath that feeling, your brain may be reading signals. Some of those signals come from the modern world, the culture you grew up in, the people you learned to admire, the beauty standards you see online, the memories, experiences, and relationships that shaped what feels familiar to you. But some signals may be much older, long before dating apps, fashion trends, beauty filters, and carefully chosen profile pictures. Attraction had a much more serious job. It helped humans decide who was worth moving closer to. And in the ancient world, that decision mattered. It could affect food sharing, protection, alliances, children, and your place in the group. So attraction was never only asking, who looks good? It may have also been asking something deeper. Does this person seem healthy? Do other people trust them? Would life be safer with them nearby? That is why attraction is more interesting than beauty. Beauty standards change across cultures and generations, but the deeper questions behind attraction may be ancient.
Take appearance. This is usually where attraction starts. Before someone even speaks, the brain is already forming an impression. It notices the face, the skin, the body, the voice, and the energy of the person in front of you. In the modern world, this can make attraction seem shallow, but in ancient life, appearance may have worked like fast information. A healthy-looking body could suggest energy, clear skin could suggest health, a powerful build could suggest strength, and certain body proportions may have suggested maturity, fertility, or physical condition. This is why scientists have studied things like waist-to-hip ratio. Waist-to-hip ratio is exactly what it sounds like, the size of the waist compared to the size of the hips. Some research has suggested that a lower waist-to-hip ratio in women may be linked to perceived attractiveness because it can be associated with health and reproductive biology. But this is not a magic formula. There is no single body type that everyone finds attractive. Culture matters. Body size matters. Personal preference matters. And scientists still debate how universal these patterns really are. But the reason this research became famous is simple. It suggests that attraction may sometimes notice physical cues before we understand why we notice them. The same thing may happen with voices. A deeper voice may make a man seem larger, more dominant, or more physically mature. A softer or higher voice may make a woman seem younger or more feminine. Voice attraction is complicated, and no single sound explains desire. Still, it shows how quickly the brain can react to a person before we even know them. Attraction is not a calculator. It does not measure one trait and make a perfect decision. It makes fast guesses. Sometimes those guesses are useful, sometimes they are wrong. But in a dangerous ancient world, fast guesses mattered. If someone looked sick, weak, unstable, or threatening, your brain needed to notice quickly. If someone looked healthy, confident, capable, and safe, your brain noticed that too. So physical attraction may have started as more than decoration. It may have been one of the brain's fastest ways of reading another human being. But looks were never the whole story, because in ancient life, personality was not just a bonus. Personality was survival information. A generous person mattered because food sharing mattered. A calm person mattered because panic could harm the group. A skilled person mattered because competence helped people survive. If you were sick, injured, hungry, pregnant, or afraid, the person beside you mattered. So maybe kindness is not separate from attraction. Maybe kindness is one of attraction's oldest signals. And this is where attraction gets even stranger. Because humans may not only be attracted to what they see. Sometimes, attraction may begin with things we barely notice. For example, smell. Today, people cover their natural scent with soap, perfume, deodorant, shampoo, and laundry detergent. But for most of human history, scent was much harder to hide. and some researchers have studied whether body scent plays a role in attraction. One famous idea is that people may sometimes be drawn to the scent of someone whose immune system is different from their own. The theory is simple. If two people have different immune system traits, their children may have a wider range of immune defenses. Now, this research is still debated. Human attraction is too complicated to explain with smell alone, but it does suggest something fascinating. Your brain may be collecting information from someone before you even realize it, and scent is not the only hidden signal. Familiarity can also change attraction. A face can become more attractive simply because you see it more often. A voice can feel more comforting because it reminds you of someone from your past. Even someone's personality can feel attractive because it matches a pattern your brain already knows. This may be why people sometimes have a type. It is not always because that type is objectively better. Sometimes the brain is drawn to what feels familiar. But familiar does not always mean healthy. Sometimes we are attracted to what feels safe. Other times, we are attracted to what feels familiar, even if it is not good for us. That is one reason attraction can be so confusing. It can come from ancient survival instincts, but it can also come from memory. Then there is humor. Humor may seem like a modern dating preference, but it may be one of the oldest social signals humans have. A funny person is not just entertaining. They may be showing quick thinking, confidence, creativity, and social intelligence. In a small ancient group, that mattered. Someone who could make people laugh could reduce tension. They could make others want to be around them. And in a world where survival depended on the group, being liked was not a small thing. Reputation mattered. Before money, follower counts, luxury brands, and job titles, people still had status. It only looked different. It could belong to the person who knew where to find water, the one who made the best tools, the one who stayed calm during danger, the one others trusted when life became uncertain. That kind of status could make someone attractive because it told the group something important. This person has value. And maybe that is why competence is still attractive today. Someone walks into a room and handles pressure well, and suddenly they become more attractive. Not because their face changed, but because your brain received new information. This person is capable. This person is useful. This person might be safe to trust. That may be one of the deepest truths about attraction. Sometimes desire begins with beauty, but often it grows when someone proves they would be good to have beside you. This is also why modern attraction can feel so confusing. We live in a world that often treats attraction like a visual competition. Better bodies, better clothes, better status symbols. But the ancient brain did not evolve for dating profiles. It evolved in small groups where people could observe each other over time. You did not just see one perfect image of someone. You saw how they treated children, how they shared food, how they handled conflict. Their attractiveness was not just a picture, it was a pattern. Modern dating gives us more choices than ancient humans could have imagined, but it also gives the brain less context. A lifestyle can show status, but not generosity. A message can create chemistry, but not trust. And that is why attraction can sometimes mislead us. The feeling is real, but it is not always wise. Beauty can hide selfishness, confidence can hide arrogance, and familiarity can sometimes pull us toward patterns that are not good for us. Attraction tells you to pay attention, but it does not always tell you who to trust. And once you understand that, attraction starts to look less random. It is biology mixed with culture, instinct mixed with memory. You may notice someone's face first, but your brain may also be noticing their energy, their kindness, and whether they make you feel safe. Even in the modern world, we are not only looking for someone attractive. We are looking for signs that someone might be worth moving closer to. And maybe that is the ancient question hiding underneath modern attraction. Not just, do I like this person, but would this person be good for my life? That is what the past reveals about attraction today. Beauty standards may change, dating may change, technology may change, but the human brain is still carrying old instincts into new environments. And sometimes, the people we desire are not just the people who look good. They are the people who make some ancient part of us feel like we have found safety, value, and possibility. So the next time someone catches your attention,
maybe ask yourself what you are really noticing. Is it their beauty? The way they treat people? The way they make you feel? Because attraction may feel like a mystery, but it may also be a memory. If you want more explanations of modern human behavior, social patterns, and ancient instincts, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Because the more we understand the past, the better we understand who we are today.